nobody, you know. So celebrate
That's
right
what
now. Go, oh yeah, go pour
that's
out
what that whole
libations
trick
for your
was.
people. Yeah, that's exactly. That's the same thing with Christmas, the winter solstice. You give all that energy somewhere else. That way, you're not pulling it in for yourself. I mean, as wicked as it is, it's ingenious because nobody pays attention to it. You be like, damn, we've been stuck on stupid for so long. Like, Lord, you know, it's okay.
Hey, look,
Cause you know, I'm getting my
the
bottle ready for my libations for my people. We're gonna pour it up. We're gonna party. We're gonna send. You know, me and my little one. Everybody else is an adult. You an adult, you better follow suit. Other than that, I ain't got shit for you.
I'm taking my 420 flight.
Yes, I'm about to
I'm
go get
going.
mine too. Yes,
I'm going to I'm going to THC high.
yes, yes. You know what?
So
Because they
look,
love it too. They love it. They be like, hey, give me some of that. It's all right. They know what's going on. They feed the warriors. They're feeding the healers. They're making sure that we cool. Where, you know, the most frustration in that we're feeling is because of other people. Because we know it should be more of us. It should be more soldiers, you know. But besides for that, everything else is cool.
that's why So here go what I think could be important for people to recognize at this point because they don't know how the ancestral forces work, and
Hmm.
because we've been taught something that wasn't ours, they stripped our shit down, turned it
Yeah.
around, and filled in the blanks. They filled in the blanks of the skeleton of what was ours because it's enough there to be attractive to us to mislead
Hmm.
us.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
at this time, when you understand how the ancestors work, it help a little bit dealing with, well, what happened? Why I ain't heard from this brother or that sister in a while? It might be a couple weeks. You might not hear from nobody before July. But remember this, the whole process require us to also forget about it for a minute.
Yeah.
Let it just happen now. You gotta
Yeah.
let it happen. Once the spiritual work is done, then you gotta step back and let it happen. And then they teach you that in all of the Wiccans teach it, the
Hmm.
Hermeticists teach it, the Thelema teaches all in all both sides, the good and the bad. Say when you get done with your
Hmm. You're supposed to just forget about it.
yeah. So once we all agree that it's time to fall back, you
Hmm.
start seeing us fall back. But the agreement was already made. It was just a silent agreement.
Yeah. It was
They
it.
didn't
You
hear
know.
it, but we all heard it. Yeah, but we all heard it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah,
You know,
and
and it was
so
so funny
like
because
some,
I said it was gonna be 3 weeks. And so I was like, last night they was like, nah, you got about 3 days, baby. 3 days. 3 days. In 3 weeks, you're gonna be coming out. 3 weeks, it's gonna be a
now
wrap.
look,
You know, it's time for the solstice by then, you know. And especially for me, this year is very significant for me. You know, I turned 34 on July 7th, 777. So I already know I got some spectacular shit coming to me. So they like, hey, fall back, baby. You didn't did this work. You made it. You made it here. You ready.
I noticed you was from my hometown. You from Pontiac.
I know. I said the same thing. I was like, dude, we never met each other while we was up there.
For
Lord.
sure. Look,
I was like, you know
now
what? Next time.
Chief Pontiac fought the War of Detroit
Mm-hmm.
against the French.
Yeah.
When you read the story, the Fort Detroit used to be Belle Isle. The whole city wasn't called Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was Detroit
when
was
they say
little.
when he came in the middle of the night on one side of the island, and giant wolves attacked the other side of the island at the same
Mm-hmm.
time. out of nowhere. Yeah, that was one of the greatest inspirational moments on the remembrance of the ancestral force.
That's awesome.
Because they scared of that voodoo for a reason.
Oh yeah, because
Because
they
when we
know.
tap into who and what we are, we unstoppable.
Facts.
We don't lose on the home court.
You know what's so funny
We
is
always
because
got somebody. Yeah,
so I
we
was
always
driving.
got an ancestral force bigger and badder than the last one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and they picked their biggest and baddest to invoke them, so they know who they came to. They knew exactly who to surround themselves with. You're like, hey, that's that person. That's that. Yeah, she gonna fuck it up. He gonna fuck it up. Let's follow them. You know, they know who has their back. They know who is gonna pour into them and feed them and uplift them and make sure their name is continued to be passed on. So you know, they know what's up. I love it. You know what's so funny is that
You know,
the other day, go ahead.
I call them diet woke.
Diet woke.
You know, they all awoke with none of the substance
At all.
They ain't got
Lord.
no real sugar. They got artificial sweetener.
No, you might as well just not even have it. Forget it.
You
But you
did?
know, this is
I'm gonna
how
drink a
people can
diet
tell.
pop. I don't want none.
Yeah, nah, we good. How you can tell. The other day I was driving, I went somewhere and I saw some people trying to set up some Black Lives Matter protest over by our little neighborhood. I rolled past them and was like, nah, go ahead and dismiss that ass. I don't want to see you when I get back over here. Do you know by the time I had came back to the crib, they was gone. Just I didn't even have to speak it out loud, just in my head, like, nah, you're not gonna bring that bullshit over to this area. Stay over there, go back home.
Look,
So you know, you are a
now,
powerful being as long as you know it. Once you know you powerful, they can't take that shit from you. Only you can take it from you.
mm-hmm. You see, so that's what's the whole trick the whole time is to get us not to call it, not to do
Exactly.
it, don't use it. That was the trick.
Well, see,
So
they say it
somebody
in the that's good, baby.
this
All in the gospel songs, they tell you, I give it all away. What you giving away? Everything. You sing your power away in the songs. You know, I kid you. Like I said, my daughter laughs at me. I change all these lyrics. I ain't got time for this shit. My heart is big. What you mean heartless? Nah, my heart's big, baby. You better, you better cut it out. Change them words.
so I wanted to get the people kind of what they're gonna be seeing while all of the spirit warriors is falling back. We have to let some physical stuff manifest. So what they're gonna be seeing, it's already begun. If you if you go to your search bar and you put in disclosure, right, and then click on the filter and put Rod Hayes in there under posts posted by all these are the disclosure videos I've been putting up. The media has been telling you, the
Mm-hmm.
mainstream media have been telling you piecemeal what's going on. But when you
Mm-hmm.
see it all together, it's a whole new dynamic to it.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, then it
people's
makes
world gonna
sense.
blow up
Then
these
you
next couple of
understand how
weeks.
this shit works.
Yeah, in the next couple of
Hmm.
weeks, it's gonna be
So,
the veil is gonna be a lot thinner. You know, your power to manifest is going to skyrocket, and whether that be for the good or the bad, right? And that's one of the reasons why a lot of us spiritualists are going to fall back, because we got to make sure that we are not taking other people's shit where we want to go. All right, so we got to make sure that we're in a state
hmm
of mind of ascension and materializing what we want. All right, so in the next couple of weeks, everything is about to happen. If you think it, it's gonna happen. You know, a lot of y'all gods are gonna fall. The people who you put above yourself is gonna die, because your God, your true self, is not having that. Should nobody come before you? Nobody.
hmm
And you know what's so
I
funny
only
is that
make
I've been
one
saying that in
exception, and that's
Pontiac for a minute. Say it again.
Look, I only got one exception, and that's the children, because the children is our passport to the future.
Facts. That's why they sort of get a free pass. And I've been telling people that, like, hey, you fucking up for your kids. It ain't even for you at this point anymore, because, Mother Earth's gonna go look around and say, hey, if your kid can be swayed, if they heart's more green than it is black, then they're gonna be good. But they're gonna have to find other parents. See, that's the key. They're gonna have to find other parents in order to keep their ascension. Their kids are separating from them. There's about to be a whole battle between kids and their parents, because the parents aren't vibing the way that they should, and these kids is not gonna fuck with them no more. They not gonna let nobody pull them down to the hell realm like some of us allowed. They not doing that shit. They way wiser than we are. Way wiser. And this whole I know a lot of people, especially people who are in my or around me, they're like, hey, well, you gonna help us get there, you gonna take us there. I'm not. I can only take my kid. That is it. That's it.
But
she's the only one
not really getting the kid's not really getting a free pass, because when you bring that child in there until they self-sufficient, you responsible for them, so they become part of your ascension by default. They're not getting a free pass. They're not getting a free pass. Right. So it goes to doing your work. Your children, right, until they get a certain age, your work consists of doing work with the children.
Exactly. Oh, that's what I was saying. As far as a free pass, your kids is gonna go with you. They're gonna go with you. As long, like I said, me and my daughter, we've been doing Tai Chi, Taekwondo, we've been doing meditating. I make sure that, I sing bowl over her. I'm doing Reiki over her, all of that. The free pass is you, if that makes sense. You're the free pass. They gonna get there.
Okay, so my oldest boy want me to, or one of my oldest boys want me to speak on Trump. He want to know if Trump with us. Trump is only going to do what we allow him to do. Trump is the one that we put in the position because we had to use somebody that looked like a buffoon to us, but looked like a good old boy to them.
Yes, yes.
Right? So Trump becomes the perfect vehicle, because if you go back to the Reagan Republican thing, you'll see this a whole different Trump. You don't get stupider as you get older. You're not supposed to get dumber as you get older. But if you watch his process, you'll see that he learned how to act like an asshole on wrestling. Right?
Yes.
So then to determine it, right. So now we got to determine, is he going to be an effective asshole? Because he wasn't a good asshole at first. He's really genuinely a good guy. So how do you test him? You make him an apprentice, and you give him his own show to have live asshole exhibit in public to see if you're gonna be the asshole we need you to be.
Exactly. And that's why he did all the movies. He was getting his acting skills on. That's why he was in movies. He was making sure that people, you knew him, you saw him, and he could change. Shit, they all actors.
Now, what they don't know is Trump was picked by Ronald Reagan to run in the 90s. But when Ronald Reagan's attempted assassination by George Herbert Walker Bush and his bastard son, John Hinckley Jr., when they tried to kill Reagan, that pissed Trump off. Right? So Trump had a vendetta. Now, Trump was good friends with Jake F.K. Jr., who discovered that George Bush was involved in his father's assassination under the orders of Lyndon Johnson. Right? So now they best friends, and they hobnobbing, and his cousin Robert Jr., who you see now as a senator. Now they all working together to bring down the assassination or the assassins responsible for JFK assassination, Ronald Reagan attempted assassination, and he attempted overthrow of the entire government in this country and all governments around the world.
But he said it. He said it during his election process that he was going to drain the swamp, and nobody listened. Nobody was paying attention to what he meant. He told you, I'm coming after big corporations. I'm coming after everybody. You know, he told them their plan. And my thing is, if all of the fucking politicians don't like him, that means there got to be something, because they all get along. They're all friends. I have not seen all forms of media, all politicians, actors, and people all bashing the same person. That's crazy.
Yeah, he the most disliked person to ever sit in the office by the mainstream.
For real. And I mean, so, that should let people know something. How everybody don't like him. How nobody likes him. After he said he was going to drain the swamp, though, that's when the whole, oh, I don't like him anymore. When he came out and was like, oh, I'm going to drain the swamp. I'm going to show you where the bodies is buried. You know, he went in during the election time. They was running scared.
Now remember, a lot of people don't remember this. He don't have Secret Service for security. He got Marines. He got a Navy SEAL team and a Marine team for his security. He don't have Secret Service. So it's almost impossible for them to assassinate him.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because they normally use the Secret Service for the setup team.
But he know they on the payroll. They on the payroll, so he can't have them. What I look like? That's like keeping, just like you infiltrating somebody's city and you keeping a general as your head person. And you just killed my homeboy. You just took over my whole fucking city. I'm coming for you. No, that's silly.
Okay, now look, let's go over what Trump been telling us. And if we've been paying out the gate before anything happened, he say, it's another one of these schemes. We're just going to play along.
Yes.
Nobody didn't hear that shit. Nobody didn't hear that shit, right? So
this motherfucker ain't wear a mask
later on,
ever.
Look, he wanted to show you who the traitors is. So what did he tweet? He said, watch the ones wearing the mask, right? So he giving these public addresses, and all of the traitors is wearing masks, and all of the ones who not wearing masks, them the ones on the team.
That's right. You know, he ain't wear a mask.
They might talk different.
Ever. He be looking at them like, man, y'all nuts. I'm not falling for this bullshit. You better not. You know what thing is, and I tell people all the time, you have to listen to the verbiage. It's the word matter. It is not what you're it's not your perception. That's the thing. It's not your perception. It's the words that matter. Listen logically, reasonably. Don't just get all emotional because it's coming from him. Listen to the words.
Now
anytime
you want to check out what else he said. So they said close the borders, and he said we're going to close them. He said, but this is just another ploy of the deep state. He said it, but then nobody hear him. You know what I mean?
They don't want to hear.
So he been telling them the whole time. He been telling you the whole time what's going on, but it's been in the middle of a rant, a foolish rant or some dumb shit he say. Then he'll drop a jewel in there, and most people will miss it.
Yeah. But you know, he has to do that, and that's what's so funny, because he has to play both sides. He has to make it seem like, oh, I'm for y'all, but I got to give you this information, you know, and that's what people don't realize. Even with the whole movies and everything that's going on, they're telling you exactly what the fuck is about to happen if you pay attention. But it's always some fuckery before and after. But you got to get that middle. People don't listen to the middle. That's where the meat is.
Now look, he tell you who behind it. Remember when he called in, he's talking.
video up.
Now watch. He said, we know who behind it. And he said, this is Antifa. And then walked away. He told you who was behind the dirt. So now look, everybody up in arms about this. When they was talking about the funeral, he tweeted about the old man, right? So everybody like disregarding that as if he making some shit up. Why would he say that if it don't have any of these? He got the paperwork.
That's my
he
thing.
He got the paper trail. You got to remember, he got the FBI.
Exactly. Why? You
and
know,
all
that's
these
my
investigators
thing.
giving him information.
But you can't tell